the Adam's Ale. That's a very interesting nomenclature. Let's start with that.
Thank you for that. So, to be honest, we spent about an year on the name. We just could not come up with the one that we both like. So again, एक साल का ये थोड़ा struggle था हमारा, more than the design itself, कि नाम क्या रखना है. And then one day he comes up with कि यार Adam's Ale बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है, ये रखते हैं. So there were some more, transitions of Adam's Ale basically पहले उसके. But then one day he's like, और उसने मुझे बिठाया like, आज मैं आपको मना कर छोड़ूंगा कि हम यही नाम रख रहे हैं. And then he starts कि क्यों रखना है and why is the name important and what its meaning and all that. And he continues to go on for about an hour. He sat me down and he talked non-stop for an hour कि यही नाम रखना है. And I was like, अच्छा ठीक है, okay. The name is nice and we'll stick with it.
It basically translates to water.
Yeah, so ale means water by dictionary, but it again further translates into holy water, and then somewhere it connects to wine and alcohol in general.
Right.
So we have a lot of influence of water in our designs also.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. So you have a very beautiful setup, first of all.
Thank you.
There's the pool in the center of the location, and then all your seating arrangements are so very beautiful alfresco setting. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Oh, thank you. So as I mentioned that we had to include water somewhere in the design because we are both fond of nature and just the raw beautification of the whole thing. So we have a big pool in the middle and a lot of smaller water bodies around the property.
Right.
Which completely, it just opens this space up and it's very inviting. So again, we had the meaning of the ale that is water, which we translated into the design, and we incorporated a lot of water bodies in the process.
Right.
And it's all very green and raw and serene. It's just basic, simple design
Nature
basically.
connect.
Yeah, it's all connected to nature. So yeah.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about the kind of food that you're specializing in.
Want to talk about the food?
Food. Within that, Indore is a bit of a tricky market as of now. They like fusion, they like desi, they like the domestic food. They want to explore. But the thing is that not the authentic exploration. They want the twist of Indian desi tadka, you can say. So a chef and we had a very huge challenge on this कि how to connect basic वो रूट को कैसे पकड़े कि इंदौरियों को फूड पसंद है, जगह पसंद आ गई, वाइब पसंद आ गई. अल्टीमेटली द इंडस्ट्री ड्रिवन इंडस्ट्री में खाना सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है, अल्टीमेटली खाने के लिए आ रहे हैं. सो वी डिसाइडेड लेट्स हैव अ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट. हम देसी भी दे रहे हैं, हम क्वांटिटी भी दे रहे हैं. वी हैव मिक्सड अप अ मेन्यू इन सच अ वे that हमारा क्वांटिटी भी उतना ही सेल हो रहा है जितना देसी सेल हो रहा है, like Indian cuisine. And people are liking it, to be honest. The major part what we have understood that we need to keep the quality and the quantity in check. If the people are liking the quantity and the quality, then they will come back. We need to retain the guests. It's a perfect combination, you can say.
So we'll tell you one thing. What happens generally is the quantity we serve is so much that you don't need another bowl of a dish if you order once.
Right.
So we serve about 30% more than what the actual standard of the quantity is. So when the food comes, it feels a lot. It feels overwhelming for such a spread because agar you go in a restaurant and then you order 2-3 items at once, and when the dishes come, it feels very underwhelming. Like itna sa portion hai, and then you feel like being cheated. Ki I have to pay so much for so little of the quantity. So we had this thing very clear from the beginning.
It's even more disappointing if the quality is not good.
Exactly. So we had this thing very clear from the beginning also, that with the quality we'll focus on the quantity.
Right.
जितना हमें पसंद है हम उतना देंगे.
Right.
So yeah.
Speaking of quantity, you also have several fully stacked bars.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we do. So
very wide selection of alcohols.
Yeah, actually. So we have an amazing bar team to begin with. They are incredible. They continuously come up with such aflatun ideas for the drinks actually. कि इसमें ऐसा करते हैं उसमें ऐसा करते हैं and we don't really get bored anytime soon. So it's fun to be around the bars. So we have multiple bars. The one which we operate now is the outside bar, which is by the pool and between two seatings.
Right.
Abhi to.
So that's the center of the property.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
the center of the property actually. Thank you.
Very befitting to the name.
Yeah, and it's all open and it's all covered with greeneries and a lot of plants and flowers and it's beautiful.
Right.
So it's a fun place to be actually. And the bartender we have they are very fun. So वो बहुत ऐसा fun place नहीं हो जाता. It's a positive vibe वाला kind of a thing, and it's fun. So the bar we operate is अभी वो वही है, and we have multiple bar options. So we have makeshift bars जब हम कहीं पे shift करते हैं when we want, but especially अभी हम वही कर रहे हैं use.
Right. So speaking of the fun vibe and everything, I've heard that you also have a very loyal team. And in fact, you guys especially have been through a lot, given that you opened up the place right in the middle of the pandemic, right in the middle of lockdowns, right in 2021. And so what I want to know is, how has it been particularly challenging for you guys? How has that helped you build a far deeper connection with your team? And how has it been so far as we stand today?
Yeah, the thing that we have this family motto, you can say, help the needy.
Right.
Help the needy, feed them. If they need shelter, give them. So we started on 24th of December 2020 initially. Then we took a gap of 3 days. Then on the 1st of January we started with the first billing and everything. And again the lockdown scene started from 26th of Feb. Again the country was going to lockdown again and again. Then Indore goes on lockdown on 21st of March.
22nd, I guess. 21st, 22nd.
21st, 22nd of March. So few of our staff was from Uttarakhand. They wanted to leave, but there was no transportation again. There was multiple. So what we did, we converted a restaurant indoor area, which is approximately of 4,000, 5,000 square feet, into bunk beds.
Right.
And asked them to shift, because obviously the restaurant wasn't working. We was not able to pay them 100% of the salary, so they was not able to accommodate to their local areas. So we converted a restaurant into bunk beds so they can accommodate. We gave them the proper food, proper breakfast, lunch and dinner, and we asked them to stay as long as they want.
Right.
We never asked them to leave, and I was giving them a salary of 35%, so just basic accommodation so they can send it to their family and work. So yeah, that helped us a lot, because we were able to understand their problems. So now they are trying to understand what we want, and they're dedicated now. Even there is an incident of property that whenever we give them the week off, they came back. बैठे रहते हैं, मस्ती करते रहते हैं. लंच के लिए आएंगे, लंच करेंगे, मस्ती करेंगे, कैरम खेलेंगे, दूसरे गप्पे मारेंगे, चले जाएंगे.
Because they don't take any off if they don't want to. उनका मन होता है वो कैजुअल में आ जाते हैं, and then we have to send them back. यार छुट्टी है, वापस जाओ तुम. नहीं, आज हमारी छुट्टी, तो फिर हम यही ना, we are here as guests. So then they'll roam around the property, they'll have fun. And about the lockdown wala part, he was there too, not just the staff. He was there too.
That probably helped a lot.
Yeah, so for the 3 months in the beginning when the lockdown happened, he and the entire team was there. And the cafeteria, we have the cafeteria, the kitchen, it was open 24/7. So they would make
So
different
lunch packets for the needy ones in the market
Yeah.
also.
Right.
That helps us.
Yeah,
So, but then business was slow initially, and then when did you exactly gain momentum?
You can say after the second lockdown, it took us around 1.5 months again to get the momentum. But there was a drastic uprise, you can say, in the graph. There was a huge footfall. There was this particular 1 week. Last week, the footfall was approximately of 240 to 260 packs a day. Suddenly, the footfall was 420, 480. So this 1 week of, you can say, June 2nd week, just changed everything.
Right.
Huge footfall, huge. That was the tricky way. We was confused how to prepare.
Right.
There was a lack of staff, obviously. There was a lack of kitchen staff. There was a lack of F&B staff. Even the supplier wasn't able to provide us proper resources. So that was a very tricky situation. And that time, a chef had quite a innovative idea. He created a small pack menu,
Okay.
which was not a regular menu. we decided to hold our regular menu for approximately 3 weeks until all the resources and everything get sorted. Created a particular menu which was quite unique and people were liking it. And right now also people are asking you menu can. We want to have something from that menu.
Grew popular.
True popular, yeah. And that was a time when we started with the momentum and we got into popularity.
Right.
And about you mentioning the special request from the chef. So it is very common at our property actually. So we have a fixed menu obviously, which we keep editing once in a while. कुछ चीजें हटा दी, कुछ चीजें add कर दी and all that. That keeps going on. So about the orders and the menus, what we do is, so there are some dishes that are obviously not in the menu and some guests like them. So what they do is they'll call the chef or the bartender for that matter if this includes a cocktail and all. So they'll tell them कि यार आज mood ऐसा है, आज ना थोड़ा सा कुछ मज़ेदार सा खाना है. मतलब if you go in Indore ना, there are a lot of Indori slangs in the normal regular vernacular language. तो like यार भैया को बहुत बढ़िया सा कुछ खिला दो, so मतलब मज़ा ही आ जाए बिल्कुल. And then the chef would be like, आज क्या खाने का मन है? तो बोले बस कुछ मसालेदार सा लेकिन कुछ ऑथेंटिक सा खाना है. अब आप बता दो आप क्या करोगे? तो chef would like, ठीक है, give me 15 minutes, I'll get something for you. And he'll go in and he'll create some amazing dishes which are not even in the menu.
Right.
But he loves to do that, and then he'll go out and interact with every guest on a personal level, and then he'll be like, he'll sit with them, he'll chat them up कि अच्छा आज क्या करना है, आज क्या mood है, how's the मौसम today आपके उधर,
Very fun.
आज मन क्या है, आज काम कैसा था. So once you get to know the guest ना, then you actually tap onto their taste buds कि इनको क्या पसंद है, what are they looking for tonight, is it a leisure time or is it a family time or it's just to be alone or something, and exactly is with the bar team also.
Right.
So if some cocktail or mocktail or some drink is not on the menu and you want something, so you just have to go to the bartender and tell them कि यार आज mood थोड़ा सा खराब है, थोड़ा सा कुछ अच्छा सा पिला दो, या आज कुछ fun पीना है या आज कुछ strong पीना है, and they'll whip something up for you.
Right.
So that's
the
how
menu
it
is basically the customer's vibe.
Exactly. So vibe है वो मिलेगा.
Right.
ऐसा.
Right. So that leads me to my next question. As you know, the food and beverage industry is very saturated. There's a lot of competition, right? Like if one or two players leave the market, nobody's gonna miss them, right? So in that context, what do you guys think sets you apart? Like what gives Adam's Ale an edge over all of its competitors?
Okay. Because every market has this gap. Every city has a gap. Everything has a gap. So Adam's Ale is that gap. We try to fill that gap in every city that we want to create. Like in Indore, there was no open-air restaurant. Not that effective, which gives us a vibe of a pool, a green vibe, and a proper ambience to chill, to relax.
Right.
To relax the body heat, what they have observed in the day. So that's how the Adam's Ale has been created, the design and the concept has been created. What we have done in this particular time, we have made them comfortable enough that कि वो कहीं पे भी जाए वो कंफर्ट के नहीं बैठे. इवन देयर इज अ ट्रेन इन इंदौर दैट पार्टी कहीं पे भी होगी, डिनर एडम्स पे होगा.
Right.
फुल ऑन पार्टी करके आएंगे. वी हैव अ मैसिव फुटफॉल आफ्टर 10:30 in night.
Okay. So you're basically serving the nightlife culture of the city.
Yeah.
You can say.
So
Right.
the entire culture of the place is the vibe. ठीक है. If you've seen the place, it's entire white. It's just white. We haven't used much colors there because the greenery provides the
Right,
colors.
right.
So there are colorful flowers everywhere, and there's greenery and there's water, and the entire building is white, and it's raw stones in the flooring. So it's all very raw and natural. It doesn't feel like you've entered a place of concrete around. So it's very open, it's very airy, it's very positive, and we focus on that and we like to keep it like that only. So apart from that, the actual vibe, we work very hard on innovation and keeping on bringing new stuff now and then. So at Halloween, let's say we had a cloudy Blood Mary type kind of a pool.
Right.
So the entire pool was boiling, and the foam and the smoke was coming out, and the entire property was red, and it was dripping blood somewhere.
I saw that on your Instagram
Yeah,
page.
so it was very fun. I mean, so and it all happened in the single day. I went home by noon after a meeting, and I was set to come about 2 hours later. And within that 2 hours, the guy has converted the place into a haunted mansion and I had no idea. I had some inkling कि कुछ होने वाला है and he was like आज मैं तुम्हें नहीं बताऊंगा मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ. And after 2 hours I come like and I was not able to recognize the place कि क्या करा है इसने. It's all red and it's dripping blood. There are cobwebs hanging from the bars above and it was fun. And then comes Christmas a few days after and we had a fake snowfall in the entire property and it was so fun. It was magical actually to see actual snow falling from the air and it was really fun. And then we had a Christmas tree of soft toys that we gave away on the first year anniversary and it was fun. मतलब उसमें हमें मजा आ रहा था. गेस्ट तो ठीक है, गेस्ट को तो मजा आ ही रहा है, उनसे ज़्यादा मजा हमें आ रहा था because it was so fun to actually create and to take a step back and to notice everybody having fun around you and having a good time.
Moment of pride.
Exactly, moment of pride, and it feels amazing to be at a place where everybody loves you and you are receiving love from all around the place. I mean, it's really fun. It's actually magical, to be among the people who actually love the place and enjoy it.
So what are your future expansion plans for Adam Singh?
The thing is that we are planning to expand aggressively. We are coming up with several properties across India. You can say by end of the September we are planning to launch 4 properties across India, and we are targeting approximately 30 to 45 properties by end of 2024 and few outside of India of SAARC nation. Indian cuisine has been worldwide known and people are loving it. SAARC nation is something that they have a huge potential market for Indian cuisine, and the taste buds and the spices are quite similar to Indians. So the potential we have seen there, that's the reason we are choosing SAARC nation also to expand. But right now the economical scenarios of SAARC nation are not that effective. That's why we have postponed the plans to 2024.
Finally, this is what I want to ask you. You're here at the convention. How has your time been here at the event so far? Also, I heard a little rumor that you just grabbed a lot of awards. Okay, so maybe that's just a rumor.
Yeah.
But would you like to shed some light on
So
that?
I'm trying to be very humble and polite.
Right.
Polite here, but yeah, we did grab 3 awards and it feels amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean,
You're bagging them all now.
that's the aim for sure, but for now we are okay with 3. So
Right.
being very polite. Again,
The categories.
Yeah, so one was the best design, which you mentioned.
Which is very well deserved, I have to tell you. It's a very beautiful setting.
Thank you so much. One is best Restro-Bar in non-metro, and then one is
Best Restro-Bar at the highway.
by the highway.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Very well deserved awards. I'm just glad that I
Thank
got
you.
the chance to talk to you like this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for spending the time with us.
Thank you. We love that.